let's just start off by doing a little bit of stretching just to really start to connect ourselves with the body. So as you sit in your chair, just tuning into your body. So could be shoulders, could be neck, and just noticing what might feel good for your body right now. Perhaps you've been sitting at your desk all day already for 8 hours. So really just taking this time to luxuriate in some stretching, giving your body what it's asking for, savoring this moment to connect with the body, to care for the body, and only doing movements that feel comfortable for you. So not doing anything that's going to cause an injury or hurt yourself. So just doing a few stretches helps to not only care for the body, but bring ourselves out of the thinking mind where many of us have spent most of the day and start to land ourselves in the body. So hopefully you have done a little bit of stretching, and now we're going to move into the practice. So we can do this practice in a chair if that's convenient for you, and I'll be guiding it from a chair, but if you prefer to lie down, that's also possible as well. So just choosing how you would like to be for this practice. I'll be guiding it from a chair and as if you're all in a chair, but there's also the option to lie down. So giving you a moment just to choose what's right for you right now. If you're sitting in a chair, we have our feet both flat on the ground and the legs uncrossed, hands resting in the lap so they can be one on top of each other or flat face down. And if you're lying, we have the feet about hip width distance apart and falling outwards, the hands by the sides. And now inviting you to close the eyes, or if you prefer keeping the eyes open, maybe just lowering the gaze to the floor and softening the gaze, whichever you prefer. And with the eyes closed, just taking a moment to connect with where the body makes contact with the ground. So if you're in a chair, that's feeling those contact points of the feet on the ground. Feeling the weight of the legs going down into the feet. And just bringing a curious and friendly attention to explore the sensations of those contact points with the ground or your shoes. And also connecting with the pressure of the chair under the legs. Again, connecting with those physical sensations of contact, just as best you can. And of course, you probably notice the mind's a bit busy, perhaps already judging or criticizing your experience, or wandering off perhaps to the future or analyzing your day. Just knowing that's perfectly natural for the mind to wander. As soon as you become aware that the mind's wandered, that's where you have a choice. So you can choose whether to engage in the thought, or you can choose to come back and focus, as we are at the moment, on those contact points. The feet on the floor, the pressure of the chair under the legs. And now inviting you to narrow your focus and connect with the physical sensations of the breath in the body. So following those sensations of the inhale and the exhale, if this feels good for you. And if the breath is not a friendly place for you today, then you could keep your focus perhaps with the feet on the floor, choosing another anchor point in the body that helps you stay connected with the body. So if you're focusing on the breath, you may notice the cool air on the inhale, warm on the exhale. Or the subtle rise and fall of the breath in the chest or the belly. Just bringing this curious and interested attention to these physical sensations, the movement of the breath in the body. Again, if the mind is busy and wandering off, just knowing that's what minds do. Perhaps just noticing where the mind's gone, again with curiosity and interest. And then gently bringing the focus back to the breath or your other anchor point in the body. Where is the mind? Now inviting you to let go of the focus on the breath, if that feels okay with you, and opening up the awareness a bit more. So opening up the awareness to the body, getting a sense of this whole body experience here, seated in the chair or lying on the ground. Again, exploring the body and connecting with the body with interest and curiosity. Perhaps getting a sense of the shape of the body, the outline of the body. Perhaps scanning the body from the head through to the shoulders, the arms, the torso, the pelvis. Running the awareness down the legs all the way to the tips of the toes. Tuning into sensations like tingles or subtle movement. Perhaps noticing if there's any unnecessary holding in the body, so in the jaw, the neck or the shoulders, the hips or the legs. And if you notice any unnecessary tension or holding, just seeing if you can gently let it go. And again, if the mind's busy, just remembering that's no big deal. Bringing a friendly curiosity to this mind wandering. And noticing your relationship with this experience. Are you feeling frustrated? Like you're doing something wrong? And just remembering meditation is not about having no thoughts, but just bringing this curious attention to our moment by moment experience. And as soon as we become aware, we have choices. We can choose to engage in thought or to come back, exploring this full body experience and the sensations in the body. Now, from the body, we are going to open up our awareness again and start to notice the sounds that we can hear in our environment. So this could include internal sounds like the breath or the rumbling of the belly, sound of swallowing, sounds within our room, including my voice, or sounds outside the room or outside the building. And rather than labeling or thinking about sounds, we're just tuning into the quality of the sounds, so the pitch, the tone, the volume. There may be continuous sounds, or perhaps you notice sounds arising out of the silence and disappearing back into the silence. Just noticing with curiosity and interest. And again, if the mind wanders off in thought, as soon as you become aware of the thought, you can just notice where the mind's gone. And then, in a friendly way, bringing yourself back to focus on the sounds and the quality of the sounds in your environment. Where is the mind? Now, whenever you're ready, we can let go of our focus on sounds. And next, we're going to open up our awareness to our thoughts. So rather than focusing away from our thoughts, we're going to start to focus towards our thoughts. And often, this is the first time we ever experience a blank mind when we try to focus on our thoughts. So you could see your awareness perhaps as vast as the sky and your thoughts passing through like weather. And rather than engaging in the thoughts, taking a back seat as an observer, watching this moment by moment activity in the mind with curiosity and interest as best you can. If you find yourself getting pulled away on the thought train, again, perhaps steadying yourself by focusing on the breath for a moment, and then opening up again and observing the activity in the mind, watching your thoughts. And now inviting you to let go of the focus on thoughts and moving in to, as Natasha explained at the start, open awareness. So staying connected and without focusing on any particular point, opening up to your moment by moment experience. So this could be sounds, it could be thoughts, it could be emotions or body sensations. Staying rooted in your awareness and watching this passing weather of your experience, continuously changing. find that you're getting pulled away by thought again, remembering you can come back to an anchor such as the breath or the feet on the floor, and steady yourself for a moment before you open up again, and just noticing the passing flow of your experience, thoughts, emotions, body sensations, sounds, smells. Whatever draws your attention. And now inviting you to take a couple of deeper inhales and exhales, sensing into those sensations of the breath, the movement, the physical movement of the body with the breath, connecting again with those contact points of the feet on the floor, the pressure of the chair under the legs. And in a moment, I'll ring my bell. And when the sound stops, we can slowly open our eyes. So thank you, everybody. Really interested. Oh, I'm going to bring Natasha back now. But in the meantime, really interested to hear what you experienced during that practice. So this could be something that you may have noticed, or any challenges or questions that you have about the practice. So please feel free to share in the chat box. I still can't see how many people we have on the session tonight. So. Oh, Natasha, you're still on mute. Great.
Can't see them, but I can see.
Great. So Mariana shared very relaxing. So you found the practice relaxing. Thank you, Mariana. Yes, it's not often we stop to take this kind of moment to connect and sit. Sense of peace and relaxation. Thank you, David. Now, of course, some of you might have had a different experience, and that's okay too. Practices can be also frustrating. So Cecilia shared, sometimes I feel so relaxed that I'm fighting to not fall asleep. I feel my head going down. This is something that can happen during our practice, especially in the evenings. So yeah, just little tips there is really kind of getting into a posture that supports this alertness, but also knowing that it's okay, it does happen. That's why I often have a bell when I'm running these sessions to wake people up. People have nodded off in my sessions before, so thank you. We have Anne, nice session all the time. Oh, thank you. Feeling tranquil, present and peaceful. Thank you very much for sharing that, Anne. And Hannah, that was lovely. Bernie, thank you. I realized how busy my mind is, so many thoughts whizzing around, and at the same time I nearly fell asleep. So there you go. Yep, so common. So I realized also how tired I am. Thank you. Yes, because it's only when we realize, and this is a good point you raise, Hannah, when we do notice the tiredness in the practice, that's a signal from the body. So sometimes we just need some rest. So thank you, Hannah. And Ruth found it soothing. Thank you. Thanks very much, everybody. Did you want to add anything there, Natasha, before you move into your piece?
Yeah, I just want to say that's so That's so typical of that the mind, when we go into meditation, goes from either one extreme of falling asleep to feeling like, oh, there's so much going on. So basically, the more we practice and more we practice, we just sit in between those two. So we balance those two kind of sensations, which is fine. We have another comment. I like your